Hey guys, I got a little trick for you if you're having a hard time finding shockwaves this season. This way allows you to farm shockwaves, but it doesn't work every time, and you'll see at the end of my video, I'll kind of commentate the video along with us watching it just to let you know like what happened, and it's pretty funny. So let's get into it here. So the first thing you have to do is you have to land at Rebel's Roost, and there's an NPC here named Steel Sight. You'll want to hire her. I think she's 100 gold to hire. The other thing is you have to find shockwaves. So, you know, the old saying, you got to have money to make money. Same thing is true for this trick. You've got to have shockwaves to get shockwaves. So once you get them, you'll want to take Steel Sight someplace safe. I just boxed up with her, and you can do this multiple times throughout the match, and have your shockwaves equipped in your hand, show them to her, and see right there she gives you shockwaves. So it's kind of good. You can get plenty of stacks. This is one of the outtakes. So I had Steel Sight hired. I came here, I was looking for shockwaves the entire game. I finally find shockwaves. I'm in the storm because a player pushed me, and Steel Sight dies, and I'm like, no. So it took a few tries to get this video. Here I go to Rebel's Roost. I come in here, somebody's already hired Steel Sight. She's gone, and I'm like bummed. So I just go ahead and proceed to loot. And lo and behold, what do I find in the back room? Shockwaves, but I don't have Steel Sight. So that was kind of a bummer. And so, as you guys know, I haven't been on for like 8 or 9 weeks. So this was the first, or actually the second solo match I come into. And so after Steel Sight dies, I come in here and I'm like, what in the world? Why is there so much loot all over on the ground? So I'm like pretty scared. Like, I'm thinking there's an insane sweat in this game. Like, my first game on, I don't know if skill-based matchmaking, like what's going on with it, if it put me in a sweat lobby, but I'm just like, why is all this loot here? And I'm not used to, you know, the guns or anything this season, and so I'm like, all right, do I take this AR? Do I not? Do I take this? So I end up taking that. And I'm a little worried because I see on my mini map that the player that there's one player and they're marked because they have all of the medallions. So I'm thinking, man, this guy is a total sweat. He's the one that pretty much wiped the lobby here. Again, I wasn't really planning on playing throughout this whole game. I was just trying to get enough footage to make the video about the shockwaves. And so I'm like, well, there's only 4 up now once Steel Sight died. So I'm like, I might as well go and finish this match out and see how it works. So my thinking here, I don't want to press this guy because I know he has all of the medallions. I don't have the greatest loot because I didn't spend the match looting. I spent the match like trying to collect Steel Sight and shockwaves for the video. So I'm just kind of going around trying to see like what this player is all about, get a little high ground on them, and I see them over here because they're marked on the map, so I'm kind of watching them, and they end up taking the zip line over, as you can see. So I'm just like chilling by this rock using some zero build strats, since I'm very, very rusty at build mode too after having 8 to 9 weeks off. And so I see him over here. I'm not sure how the guns are, so I don't want to take a shot and like divulge my location and give it away. So I'm thinking the best tactic with this guy with all of the medallions is just to be kind of stealthy and maybe land some shots. And I'll show you in a second here when I end up hooking up with this guy and fighting him. Why shockwaves are so good, even if you're completely rusty and don't know what you're doing, or you're like totally washed, like they're still so good. So I'm still debating, you know, taking on this guy for a fight. So I'm kind of still hanging to the outside of the map. I don't know where the other 3 players are in the match, or the other 2. I know where he is, because obviously he's marked. So I'm just kind of hanging out, and I'm like, all right, well, I'll go up here by the tower. try to get some high ground, and then I see some gunfire, and I'm like, okay, this might be my opportunity. I'll get up here, take a little peek, see what's going on, and I see players down here, and I'm pretty sure this is the guy right there. So I take a couple shots on him, get a couple hits, and this is again what you want to be doing with shockwaves. So since I did do some damage, it wasn't a lot. I go ahead and push in. I see a player there. I assume it's him because I think both of these players are default skins. Missed my shot. Told you I was rusty. This guy mantles in back of me like a mantling weirdo. I try to build up. I see that he's already mantled up here, and he could have got a nice shot on me, but he had his pickaxe out, so I'm like kind of stoked. So then my thought process here is I'm gonna try to shield up and see if he'll do something, see if he'll push me, try to take my wall, and he doesn't. And I'm very confused because like that loot pile in the beginning, I'm kind of scared of this guy because I'm like, is this guy an insane sweat? Like, he has all the medallions. Why isn't he pushing? And I'm like, I try to bait him with my med kit there, and it doesn't work. So I see he's rotated. I jump out. I didn't really pay attention to where he was right then, and then I see that he's behind me. So I box up yet again. He's trying to snipe. I get a little chip shot with the shotgun there. I do a bunch of damage there, get him into white health, but again, he's got the medallions. So I use shockwaves again to reposition, get in back of him, which shockwaves are great for in fights. He again mantles up, and again he doesn't try to take my ceiling. He doesn't try to get into my box at all. So I reposition once again with a shockwave, and I'm like, this is a very strange fight if this is the guy. So I'm very, very confused. I block off the ceiling there in case he's right there and he's gonna mantle, which he doesn't. So I set up on the wall, and then I see him, and it's him. So, and I'm really, really, really surprised that I won that, to be honest. Like I said, I was assuming that was the guy that got all those limbs, but maybe the other players traded. I don't know. It was very confusing. So here's a little more play to show you again with shockwaves. There's some players way over there. I'm kind of getting a feel for how the weapons are this season. I end up getting the one to white. And then there's another player too, so I get a couple good shots on him. My partner's over here. I decide to push with shockwaves, so I go down to see where they're at, and then I'm gonna position myself on the other side so I can get some crossfire with my duo partner when they get rotated. And then I see him, I knock the one, and then it's time to push because they're most likely gonna be rezzing their partner, and they were, and they see me coming in. They seem like they're probably a zero build player, which is good because, like I said, I'm still rusty after 8 to 9 weeks off. So then we play out the match, and this is like the last team here. And again, once again, show you that I use shockwaves to reposition in this fight. I get a good angle on the partner. I knock them. I try to get around in back of them. They know exactly what I'm doing. They go to push. Cone didn't place at first, but I end up getting in back with them and dodge their shot and end up getting the win. And again, this person has like multiple medallions, so shockwaves are good even when people have all of the items